Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into something a little scary but super important. How AI is basically turbocharging hackers. And, more importantly, what we can do to stay safe. So let's just start with this quote right here. Hacking techniques are so advanced now that even two-factor authentication can fail. Whoa. I mean, think about that. That's a huge claim. It kind of flips the script on everything we thought we knew about staying safe online. It's not just about a strong password anymore. Not by a long shot. The game has changed, and we need to change with it. So yeah, we're entering a whole new frontier. Forget about those clumsy, old-school hacking methods, the phishing emails with all the typos. We are way beyond that now. We're talking about really sophisticated AI-driven threats that are popping up as we speak. So how did hackers get so smart all of a sudden? Well, it's AI. They're using artificial intelligence to build attacks that are sneakier, more personalized, and just way more effective than anything we've seen before. Let me show you a couple of examples that will honestly blow your mind. Okay, check this out. This is called smishing, or smart phishing. It's not like the old days where you get a link to a fake site like fb-something.com. No, this is way cleverer. You get a link, and it takes you to what looks like a totally legit website. You're clicking around, everything feels normal. Then, maybe a few clicks in, it asks you to log in with Google to verify your account or something. The thing is, that login page, it's a fake. And here's the crazy part. When you type in your password and that 2FA code from your phone, the hacker's system is using it at that exact moment to log into your real account. It's happening in real time. So that code you just typed in, it's already been used. Your two-factor authentication just got completely sidestepped. Scary, right? And then there's this, the dull key attack. This is where things get really creative. It perfectly shows how hackers are mixing the physical world with the digital one. So imagine this. Someone just snaps a quick photo of your keyboard. That's it. An AI can then look at that photo, and you know how some keys get shiny or worn out from use? Well, the AI spots those dull keys. Then it starts generating password ideas using only those worn-out letters. It's basically reverse engineering your password from your fingerprints. It's taking a super simple, low-tech observation and turning it into a seriously high-tech attack vector. Wild. All right, so those AI attacks are pretty wild, but they're just one piece of the puzzle. Let's switch gears and look at how these same ideas, finding and exploiting vulnerabilities, can be used on something we all have at home. Our Wi-Fi. This chart here is actually the perfect way to think about Wi-Fi security. It's all about locks. The oldest one, WEP, that's like a lock you can just pop open with a screwdriver. It's basically useless. Then you've got WPA and WPA2, which are better. Think of it like a lock that needs a duplicate key. A determined thief can still get in, but it takes more work. But WPA3, that's the real deal. That's like a fingerprint scanner on your door. It's incredibly tough to get past, and it's really what you should be using today if you can. So how does someone actually do this? It's basically a four-step playbook. First, the attacker flips their Wi-Fi adapter into what's called monitor mode. This just lets them listen in on all the Wi-Fi chatter around them, kind of like an eavesdropper. Then, step two, they scan for all the networks in the area. Once they pick a target, say your home network, they just wait. They're waiting for someone, anyone, to connect to it. The moment a device connects, they grab this thing called the handshake. Now, the handshake is a little packet of data, and inside it is a scrambled version of your password, a hash. And that brings us to the final step, cracking it. They throw a massive dictionary of common passwords at that hash, trying millions of combinations a second until, bam, they get a match. And just like that, they're in. Okay, so what kind of gear do you need to pull this stuff off? You might be thinking of some hacker in a dark room with a giant supercomputer, right? Well, the truth is a little crazier. Some of the most powerful hacking tools can run on a device you use every single day. I mean, what if you could put a full-blown hacker's operating system right on your phone? Sounds like something out of a movie, but it's not. It is absolutely real, thanks to some pretty powerful apps out there. A great example of this is an app called Termux. What it does, basically, is it gives you a powerful Linux command line right on your Android phone. It's like having a tiny, portable super tool. Someone could use this to run the exact Wi-Fi hacking process we just talked about, all from their phone. Scanning, capturing, cracking, the whole shebang. And this quote nails how these tools actually work. The command is like open sesame. It has to be exact or the cave door won't open. It's a perfect analogy. See, with a command line, there are no nice little icons to click. You have to type out the exact command. If you get it right, it's like magic. The door opens, the task runs. But if you're off by even one little character, nope, command not found. The cave door stays shut. It's all about precision. Okay, we've talked about a lot of scary stuff, from AI phishing to Wi-Fi hacking. So now for the big question, the most important part. What in the world do you do about it? Let's pull together all the expert advice and build a simple, actionable safety plan. Really, it all comes down to this. You need to build layers of defense. So, first things first, your Wi-Fi. If you can, use WPA3. If not, at least WPA2 AES. For passwords, think long and unique. We're talking 20 characters or more. And you have to be skeptical of everything. Always double-check the URL in your browser before you type in a password. Never, ever give out those one-time codes you get in a text to someone who calls you. Also, stay away from cracked or pirated software. It's almost always loaded with nasty surprises. And be super careful on public Wi-Fi. It's just too easy for a hacker to set up a fake hotspot that looks just like the real one to steal your info. Each of these steps is another wall the bad guys have to climb. So at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself this question. Your data is a fortress. Are your walls strong enough? Because that's the main takeaway here. In a world where the threats are getting smarter literally every day, sitting back and hoping for the best just doesn't cut it. Being proactive and building strong digital walls, well, that's your best and maybe your only real defense.